where the next billionaires will be made. It's comics and crypto.
Hello everyone and welcome back to HODL or Sell, where we will be breaking down Web of Spider-Man 118. In the end, we will let you know if we plan to HODL or sell. As always, this is not financial advice, but purely for entertainment purposes only. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button to receive weekly updates on all of our content. This Thursday, October 20th, we are getting the modern age comic Web of Spider-Man 118, which contains the first appearance of Ben Reilly, story by Terry Kavanagh, with art by Stephen Butler and Randy Amberlin. The first appearance of clone Spider-Man took place in the 1975 comic Amazing Spider-Man 149, where a villain named the Jackal cloned Spider-Man to use him as a pawn. The Jackal hoped only to confuse Spider-Man so that he would question his identity, or perhaps give up the mantle of Spider-Man. Instead, it was the clone who realized that he was only a duplicate, and despite having all the memories of Peter Parker's life in his head, he knew they weren't his. After having a brief confrontation, Clone Spider-Man and Spider-Man eventually teamed up, where Clone Spider-Man was thought to have died in an explosion. Flash forward almost 20 years later, and Marvel Comics release Web of Spider-Man 118, the continued story of Ben Reilly. In this comic, we find out that Ben survived the explosion and spent 5 years roaming the United States as a drifter, with little identity of his own, helping people however he could. He took the name Ben after his uncle Ben, and Reilly, which is Aunt May's middle name. While away, the character suffers personal loss and trauma, eventually being pulled back to New York by word of Aunt May's declining health. Upon his return, Ben and Peter eventually team up, and together, the pair begin to fight crime throughout New York City, with Peter still operating as Spider-Man and Ben as the Scarlet Spider. As a 9.8 grade is currently valued at $500 by Go Collect, with 190 9.8 graded books and 1,030 total editions on the CGC consensus. But keep in mind, this book has only recently gained a ton of value as a high grade, and this being a newer comic, there are likely thousands of ungraded books still owned by collectors. Based off the recent speculation, we do anticipate many more editions joining the CGC consensus in the near future. For my final verdict, I give this book a HODL. Since the FA statue of Ben Reilly was released, we believed Marvel was hinting at the possibility of this character joining the MCU. But now that VeVe is going to release not only his first appearance statue, but also his first appearance comic, it's easy to presume we will see Ben Reilly joining the MCU. So it's important to be ahead of speculation and capitalize on this comic on drop day for the long-term hold. However, be mindful buying on the open market. This comic is exciting, but you should not be paying higher prices than Grail books or Silver Age key books with similar variants or mint numbers. Please make sure to reference the spreadsheet on our link tree for each comic definition. Overall, we still believe that Grail books and Silver Age key books could have the better long-term value. Also, if you would like to see our weekly comic book rankings, please make sure to follow us on Twitter at comicsandcrypto. We will have new VeVe comic book rankings every Monday. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also our podcast. We are currently on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon. Along with our weekly episodes, we will also be doing a HODL or sell video the day before every drop to help you make the best decision for your collection. Also, a special thanks to NineFinger for their incredible intro music. You can find them on Instagram at NineFinger999. Make sure to stop by and give them some love. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.